All right, here we are with some Splatoon Raiders. Yeah, I left the house, worked a lot, but feel like I ate too much, unfortunately. Uh, I was doing so well too, but like, yeah, I'm not sure how much weight I'm gonna gain from that. But okay, we are on the verge of. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like force myself to like choke down protein down my throat because that's actually what happened. Is that I had protein for lunch and I started eating it, and I'm just like, oh, I'm good. Stop. And then like a couple of hours later, I feel hungry. I guess I just need to eat more protein. I guess. So I have noticed with like high carb stuff, I tend to just shovel it down, but like protein, I shovel it. Um, but yeah, I might have to start choking protein down next time. And I have been for like certain things, but like for chicken, which is what I had today, I just kind of felt like that. Well, enough to it, bro. I gotta start forcing myself on. Shit. There's so many of them. Oh shit. And even when there's like one of them, it's like too much. Get one more to go. Yeah, I think I was carried through on this one. Yeah, someone's keeping the worst of it at bay. Like even these minor enemies, I keep getting wrecked by. Have you seen this? Well, after this, at least I'll be. Yeah, we beat it finally. Hello, hello. Yeah, I'll be glad when I finally lose the weight. I mean, the good news is that like I did go to the gym today and I did like lift a little bit. So I'm just like, I'm not sure how many calories I'm burning, like lifting what I'm doing though. I can't imagine it's a whole lot, but I don't know. As long as it works. I mean, honestly, like my mindset right now is that I want to get stronger without really worrying about the weight too much. And one more to go. Damn, we have another. Okay. It's the last thing we have to do, so I think we're just gonna wait a half an hour and then come back, do it again. I mean, I guess we could make an attempt at it ourselves on gaming books. Well, I'm not actively working on one right now. I said I wanted to do it eventually, but like I really do need to establish myself more as a fiction writer for before I do anything like that. Like I want to touch all kinds of genres, but like the Nintendo history book, I don't see that happening anytime soon. And at this point, like it just feels like kind of pointless because they won the console war, and like all we're kind of going through now is going through like the stages of grief from the rest of the industry. Because like, have you seen the kind of shit they're posting about like Splatoon Raiders? Like, I saw like an article from Kotaku today saying that like Raiders' success proves that like mainline Splatoon sucks, and I'm just like, who are you trying to fool, really? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. I actually agree with you because like I imagine the cope's gonna be that like consoles in general died, uh, and that Nintendo had nothing to do with it. Like they're probably gonna spin it as being something to do with mobile, probably. I mean, I imagine that's the direction we're in now, where like everybody just says that, like, well, PC is the winner. Like, you know, like it's interesting because like Miyamoto released a statement like recently talking about how like back in the day PC was seen as like the serious enthusiast platform, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I mean, they still try that now. That the issue I think is that like younger people just don't believe them. Like, you know, like there's a reason like you still see PC gamers like trying to glaze Ultima and stuff like that. It's like they really don't have anything else. They have all these like, all right, we're gonna need help for this, I think. Yeah, it's not undoable to do by yourself, but like I'd really rather do it with that. I don't understand why they have it like they limit like you asking for help. I guess it's just so you don't cheese it like I've been doing, but whatever. Whatever. Man, I feel so bad about eating. Like I was so close, I think, to having a great day. I had a really healthy lunch, and then I went out to the bookstore to write, and then I was there so long that lying and Zelda made it through the West. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that's been a cope for years. Like the idea that Zelda was like specifically influenced by like Western RPGs like Wizardry and Ultima, when that's not actually true. Uh, but yeah, they keep trying to like make it a thing, and I don't know if it's just like the last of their copes, but like it's I don't know, man. It's crazy how long some people will cling on to their delusions. Like you have people like I saw Sean Marshall the other day. Like he tried to say that like Wing Commander was like a better Star Fox and that it did furries better than Star Fox. And I'm just like, nobody today even knows what Wing Commander is. Like you're fucking insane if you think that. It's like when you get down to it, like all the only reason that like PC games were ever viable was because of like the because of able how they were able to have like voice acting and like FMV and stuff like that. Like when you really look from like a pure gameplay perspective, like the only games that anybody really remembers from that period are Nintendo games. Like the idea that like Ultima was doing crazy shit that like Japanese developers just couldn't do wasn't really true. Like the Western RPG, like they want to act as if like Western RPGs like invented the concept of fantasy. You know what I mean? And you see D&D fans do this all the time too. Like, oh yeah, D&D invented fantasy, but it's just not true. Like, it's not even true for Lord of the Rings. Like, it's just like a dumb concept, really. Like, you're basically like trying to claim ownership over like an idea. Basically, it's just kind of like a general concept. The Western influence was later. Well, like yeah, with like Skyrim and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll have to look into like what Zelda's actual influences were. Yeah, but the idea that they were primarily influenced by Western RPGs is. I mean, they do it this way to like try and like gaslight people into thinking the West were way more influential for video games than they actually were. Yeah, like people don't realize this, but like if it wasn't for Steam, like PC gaming would be completely unviable. It would not be on the same level as console. Like Steam specifically is keeping it afloat, and that's really only because of Gabe. And like all their attempts at breaking the console industry have failed. Like they're done. Push towards like trying to like hype up D&D as way more influential and popular than it really is isn't just because like it's one of the most woke brands in gaming. Because I don't know if like anything is more woke than D&D. Like D&D started the whole like peaceful orc thing, right? And it's like you look at what they're doing now, and it's just like goofy bullshit. And then you see stories of like what players do and what they come up with, and it just comes off as like unbelievably gay. Yeah, you'll never catch these people like talking about the obvious influences that like Elric and Melvin had on The Witcher, right? And yet for Zelda, they want to pretend like, well, like these Western RPGs came out first, so they own the concept. Like, no, fucking retard. Like Warhammer 40K supposedly like steals from everyone, and like you don't see them talking about that. Like it's just a, yeah. I'll be glad when like the Warhammer 40K thing collapses. I'm so sick of hearing about. Like I remember when Space Marine 2 was coming out, and people were legit trying to tell you that like it's going to be a big deal, man. It's going to be a big deal. Like it's coming to Switch 2 and no one cares. Like I know I have made fun of like Stellar Blade and Elden Ring and like uh a lot of these games coming to Switch 2. I made fun of them, but like I think in a lot of ways like Space Marine 2 was like the worst example of that because so many people thought that was going to be a 10 out of 10. So many people thought it would be like this huge, amazing thing, and it just fucking wasn't. AI regurgitates. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could do it. Yeah, I'd probably start with like Yamauchi's Rise and the company. I mean, I could do it, but shit, my throat. Pat the NES Paw. Oh yeah, so that'd be my competition. Pat, fucking Pat. Yeah, Pat fucking sucks. I mean, I don't spurg out about Pat these days because like who the fuck even knows who he is? But like Pat is like legit probably one of the worst people in the retro gaming space. I can't think of anybody who's like as big of an asshole and has like done so many like they tried defending Blizzard during the whole like don't you guys have phones thing. Like Pat the NES buck is scum. Yeah, that's what I would want to do is like talk about how Nintendo won the console war. Yeah, like that's how I'd want to frame it. I wouldn't want to do it like a game review. Anti Toby Fox video. Toby Fox isn't relevant enough to make fun of. It's just like the simple reality of it. Like it's crazy because like Fox keeps doing this thing where like he keeps deliberately trying to tie in like Deltarune releases with Nintendo Directs. So he keeps paying Nintendo to like promote his games on during Nintendo Directs, and like it doesn't really amount to much. Like it's just him like we actually calculated this at one point. We went through like we had it was like I think it was during the Switch 2 launch event or like maybe it was early on in the Switch 1. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But like yeah, I remember like they promoted like Undertale like chapter part 1 or 2 or something. No, Deltarune. I think they did that. And we went ahead and did like a compilation of every game that was announced during that direct, and we realized that like out of all the games that were released, that were announced in the direct, like Deltarune was by far the least popular. Like we actually like we compiled all the tweets about it. We looked at like social media feeds. Like it was pretty conclusive that like Deltarune was just dead last. And like the problem is that like people have seen it before. Like the problem is that Fox is like hyping up a game that like really should have been finished like 10 years ago. Going to a Japanese dinner party, and the other guy said it was annoying. He's been living in Japan for a decade and he still can't speak Japanese. Like, what a fucking retard. I don't understand this. Like, I don't understand how you can live in the country and, like, not learn to speak the fucking language. That shit pisses me off. It's one of the reasons why I didn't go, is that, like, I couldn't speak Japanese. So, that pisses me off. Yeah, yeah, whenever you like peel like look behind the curtain and see what like what's actually happening with Toby Fox, you realize he's not really that popular and nobody really respects him. Like he's just kind of like a woke plant essentially. Um, like the Japanese are told he's big here, we're told he's big in Japan. It's like it's just like it's just a giant grift. Like he spends his time going to like pushing DEI at like Japanese game dev conferences. Like that's his grift, you know? Like that's what he does. How yeah, I'd say Undertale's number one for sure. And I don't even think it's really close. Power World doesn't really have a fan base. Sonic is just the thing about Sonic. I think traditionally that was true. Oh shit, you gotta be kidding. I think traditionally Sonic was one of the worst, but like people like Christian are in their 40s now. Like we're seeing Sonic like die off in real time. Like it's not like it doesn't have that weird stranglehold over autistic culture the way it used to. I think these days, like a lot of those people have moved on to like My Little Pony or something like that. Like they're kind of divided beyond like a lot of different franchises that do the same thing but better. Um, Delta Rim. Yeah, I don't see any of that. I don't look for it anymore. I don't watch it because a lot of it is just like it's just to keep the game relevant in the eyes of the masses, to like create the illusion that the game is popular and talked about. Because like nobody actually thinks any of these theories are real or that it's going to amount to anything. It's just like fan wank essentially, where like the appeal of the product is like the fan base itself. Like because we see that a lot with like a lot of these online communities is that like a lot of these people don't like what they're talking about, but it's just like a means of like socializing with other weirdos. So that Undertale's kind of in that position right now. Souls cucks, but they have been quiet. Yeah, like I'm gonna go in hard on Elden Ring when it comes out on Switch 2. By the way, I'll probably do a retrospective about how it's like one of the most overrated games of the decade or whatever. I haven't played it in quite some time, so I'll probably start fresh on Switch 2. But yeah, the Power World Action Tournament, yeah, it's not. Yeah, so the it's dropped down the bestsellers charts. I think is the really interesting thing about this. Um, like the narrative was that like it was outperforming Pokemon, and yet like you can actually look at the bestsellers charts and see that like the Halo remake outperformed it. And like the Halo remake is it has like 20,000 players on Steam. It's like a notorious bomb, right? So like Power World to me, it really does feel as if like it is botted because like nothing about its audience or its like retention or it's like it doesn't make any sense. Like DSP was talking about this, like where he played the game, he tried it, and he's like, I don't see a lot of support for this. I don't see a lot of interest. I'm gonna stop playing. Like it's the same it's always been. Like there's been very little improvement from like early access to 1.0, and you're not really seeing a lot of people acknowledge that. How worlders are the other Sonichu types. It really is the Sonichu of like that'd be fucking crazy if you just like started running around in Power World and you came across a Sonichu. Like that's fucking crazy. I mean, like that guy like Mugenics, like he actually got Sonichu in a game. Like he actually got Chris Chan's permission for it. Like I'm not sure how that. Sonichu is kind of a cultural icon now. I don't know if like they'll ever really get rid of it. I was actually like I was thinking of like uh this is one of my wackier ideas, but like I was seriously thinking of like making Sonichu like a demon in like the Golden Age, like actually making the Sonichu demon curse like real. Like it was just a goofy idea I had. I don't know if I could get away with it uh because of just like the origin of the character. Uh I don't know. I wouldn't want to do it unless it's like 100% like legal, but yeah, the Lightbringer is like 100% like public domain. Like Linkara specifically put it there, so I could technically do it with like the Lightbringer with no issue if like I cared to do that. I don't know. I don't know anything about Lightbringer. Like Anton Jaworski came out and he said that like Sonichu was better than Lightbringer, and I do think that's actually true because I think Sonichu has like a lot of personality to it. I think it like does a lot to like I think it gets across like Chris's unique appeal pretty well. Like with like Lightbringer, it's like I don't know, it's just some boring plotting bullshit. Like and it doesn't make any sense. Like so you're telling me that like he lives in a city with like slaves, but he won't be a superhero and save the day because violence is wrong or something. It's just like I don't know. It's weird. Future Sight. Wait, why are we still learning moves at 88? Why would I? But yeah, like Power World is just yeah, the TCG came out today, and you could tell instantly that it was kind of a flop, even though that like everyone's trying to run damage control for it right now. Like you can tell that it's just like not on the level of like other TCGs. Not even Pokemon, like mid tier stuff like Digimon or Lorcana. So like you can see like because there's no interest in this that like it's just not gonna have any value. I'm seeing people like already like buy packs and like hopes of investing in it, but like I feel like they really don't understand like what makes cards valuable. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Game Freak needs to cut this shit out. I don't know what they're doing over there. Like they're just so obsessed with trying to like make non-Nintendo games work. I can't think of any other primary like second party Nintendo company that does that. Like HAL doesn't do that. Like yeah, Alpha Dream didn't do that. Well, does Nintendo own Intelligent System? No, they don't do that. Yeah, Next Level Games wasn't really doing that when they were working with them. It's just like bitch. Yeah, I agree. That's actually a pretty good comparison. Yeah. I mean, have you noticed the way they talk about it, where they're just like, "Oh, Pokemon fans are seeing it." Like they had that story like last night about how like there was some Reddit post from some Pokemon fan who wanted to kill himself because of Power World, and I'm just like, you can't be stupid enough to think this is real, right? You know, it's just like you just look at it and it's obviously like a troll. If I was a king, yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I think a lot of the games we're getting now could have been games that could have run on Switch One. Kingdom Hearts is probably the most obvious example, but I think that's also true for like Street Fighter Six and Monster Hunter Wild and just like oh yeah, when's Wild's coming out by the way? Yeah, I love how Capcom had to straight up give I love how Capcom had to straight up give up the ghost because on PlayStation because like Wild bombed so badly. Like we still don't have World and like they were legit like talking about how they were never gonna put like Wilds on Nintendo consoles for you gotta be kidding me. Really? I just wanted him to kill me. Yeah, I've been losing a lot lately. I don't but yeah, we're finally at the point where like the third party thing is kind of collapsed. Like PlayStation can't carry them all anymore and everyone knows it and it's just resulting in situations where like wasn't it critical hit? It's just resulting in situations where games straight up bomb for not releasing on Nintendo hardware. And what the hell does he have less? He has the Venusaur, I think. Yeah, it's the Venusaur and the Arcanine. So the Venusaur is fine. Uh, yeah, I feel like people don't talk enough about how bad World was. Because like World was like endlessly glazed because of the idea that it was like some big anti-Nintendo thing. Yeah, I think his Arcanine knows Earthquake, which is why it's actually consistently beats mine. Yeah, he's a. Has anyone ever done this in the anime? Like, I'm just shocked this was allowed in the game. They've been having bad runs the last couple of times. Like, without the Zapdos, I have problems taking out that Gyarados. Yeah, it's Arcanine. Okay. Extreme speed. So he's going to use extreme speed until he wins. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. Yeah, Capcom, one of their. I really don't want to lose this asshole. He's just using extreme speed over and over again. Unbelievable. I'm still losing. It's crazy. I mean, Capcom's bent the knee. After the Pragmata thing, I think they've been forced to concede that it's over. Like it's never going back to how it was. Because I think that's what they thought was going to happen after like the PS4 generation was that they just had the entire like they had like the entire gamer demographic unlocked and they'd be able to like endlessly just grift off of like the PlayStation audience that would just throw money at them. It just wasn't a thing. So, but yeah, Capcom's they've put out I think all their major games over the past couple of years. Uh, yeah, we got Requiem. We're getting Veronica. We haven't gotten like the older games yet, but it's only a matter of time. Once we get RE2 remake, that'll be sick. Pragmata, I thought it was geared towards pedophiles. Yeah, my take on like Pragmata was super controversial. But I did think it was like pandering to the whole lolicon thing. Like my thing is, if you're gonna have a game about a little girl in it, like have her interact with other people. Like if it's just like her and like the father figure by themselves, like it just comes off as weirdly creepy and like you're isolating her essentially, which is not something you should do for a little girl. So it's like it to me it just comes off if it was like trying to pass itself off as wholesome when it was really trying it really had this like really obvious like pedophile bait like angle to it. Like people think I'm exaggerating, but I really did feel that way. Like when Capcom releases statements like specifically saying the game did well because of Diana, like you know something's wrong. Like it doesn't. I mean, I say the same thing about The Last of Us too, because like The Last of Us fundamentally is like Ellie doesn't really interact with anyone other than Joel or anyone that doesn't stick around, right? Like a big reason for the appeal was this like um a lot of people will tell you this is that like they had a thing for Ellie. Like and it's just like it's just really creepy. I feel like the developers leaned into it a little bit. I mean maybe The Last of Us did not do it as badly as Pragmata. I do think the mindset is there. Yeah, because like I don't think that's a thing in Bioshock Infinite actually. Well, I mean, the girl's older, but like uh, nobody really thinks that like Emily and Booker are like a thing because like the game went to great lengths to kind of like dispute that. I don't know. You don't really. But yeah, Pragmata was like a flop. I bought it on Switch 2. I tried it. Did not care for it. I haven't even finished it. Anybody who says it was good is just straight up delusional, I think. And I do think that this is going to have to be addressed by the end of the year because, like, a lot of people were saying this was a huge hit, and it just wasn't really. We're probably ready to do our Splatoon Raiders thing again. Here I am, too tired to do anything. I really should spend the night like watching movies and just like working on the book. Um, Lately, I've been going to bed at like pretty reasonable hour. Like I've been getting up at like 5 a.m. Like legit. I've been like having a regular sleep schedule lately. I'm not sure what. I was going through that period where like I was only like napping for a couple of hours each night, and then like just getting up and working a bit, and then going back to bed. I've broken that habit. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that like once you beat the Elite Four in this game, there's not really much else to do. I mean, I guess you could just get into like hardcore competitive play, but it's just, I mean, who are you gonna play against, really? Like, who in America like does like competitive Pokemon? It just doesn't feel like a thing, really. Like TCG maybe, but like mainline video game Pokemon, I don't get. And like, I think the official format now is double battle. Can you even double battle in this game? Surely you can. Uh, oh. I remember in Black and White they introduced like the triple battle system, and I'm just like, at the time I was just like, okay, so they're doing it every other generation, so that means by like Gen 15 or whatever, we're gonna have like full team battles, and that never happened. If they were really selling, yeah. So like, I'm really curious why they're so adamant that it has to happen now, because like they're like realistically, I would have thought that like movies would have been the one to push for all digital first, but like that's not happening for a wide range of reasons. Like first of all, studios don't want everything to be on streaming because like they still make a lot of money off of like physical sales. That's why they've been pushing it so much. And you've seen a resurgence of physical media, like with like vinyl and stuff like that. Um, like I'm gonna pick up a vinyl player at some point in the future. Like you're seeing like stuff like that. Like Sony like trying to get rid of physical media entirely is just like really, really tone deaf. Like I am using digital media primarily because of space issues and not really having a whole lot of places to put my things. Like I bought a new bookshelf and I immediately like filled it with all the stuff I had lying around. It's like completely full, right? I just don't really have like time or I just don't really have space for like a bunch of games. And like I'm sure I would like to get back into collecting like at some point, but like I don't really see the purpose of it, truth be told. Like especially if it's just sitting on a shelf. Like that's what happened when like I was N64 collecting like several years ago. Is at a certain point I just realized that like I wasn't actually playing the games I was buying, and I was like losing track of things I had. I was going down like the list of like Wikipedia games released on like in North America or something for like N64, and I was getting all this weird shit. And like at a certain point, it's like I'm not enjoying any of this. This is all shovelware. This is nowhere near the level of quality of game I'm used to. Um, like I don't know. Like I love the N64 more than like anything, and yet like I just felt like it didn't really serve a purpose. Like I would much rather play the game. My honest self. The PS5 numbers were fake. I would not be surprised by that, honestly. That was kind of my take too. Because, like, does the PS5 feel like it's a console that sold 100 million games? Like, it really doesn't. Like, I would buy it if, like, a new GTA came out this gen, but, like, the fact of the matter is, this thing is, like, hugely controversial. People have issues with it all the time, with the price hikes and all that. Like, it's wildly unpopular. Nothing's coming out, nothing's selling. Like, why are people picking this thing up? Like, I just don't understand like what the appeal of it should be. And like it might just be because of nostalgia or because of like the established brand, but like they've been having a lot of bad PR since like The Last of Us Part Two came out, and like it is showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, this is like I would say this seems to be worse than The Last of Us Part Two. I had my normie buddy come out, and he was like, "Did you hear about this?" And I had to like stop myself from like spurting out about it because like I heard about it back in 2014 when like Shuya Yoshida like released Shuhei Yoshida released a statement about how they were totally going to do it. Like they've always been like gearing in this direction specifically to eliminate the used game things, and like people seem to think that like this is some radical shift in policy when it's not. Like it's just insane. Like it is just insane. Yeah, I mean that's my thing is that like I feel like especially this generation, I've only been buying games that I really like. Because I think in the Switch One generation, I've been buying like everything that looked interesting or things that like people were hyping up. I was just like I was playing everything that came out. Now I'm like, more I've settled into my life here. I have like a career. I have a life. I like, go out sometimes, right? Like, I have like a normal adult like existence. So like the idea that like I don't like the idea of just playing like every single bad video game that comes out. Like it doesn't sound like it's appealing to me as it used to. Um, So yeah, I've actually just been like getting bad games at the library, streaming them for 5 minutes, like verifying that they're terrible, and then just moving on. Like that's what we did with Digimon. Like back in the day, I would have bought like all three of those Digimon games and like did that short 5 minute stream and just been like, yeah, it sucks. Uh, I'm glad we don't have to do that anymore, but it's like, yeah, it really was becoming a problem. My library on Switch 2 is just insane. And I think like a lot of the stuff I own, I'm never gonna play, especially like indie stuff. Like they're all just so disposable. Yeah, I think after we beat this, we're gonna go to the game corner and like look at Scyther. Yeah, what are you even gonna like spend your money on at a certain point? Is my thing in this game. Like I'm spending on like gambling and like straight up buying Pokemon at the game corner, but like I don't know what most people would do. Well, like that's the thing. I don't have time to change my mind on games. Like if something's not like instantly grabbing me, I just don't have time to play it. Like I have dozens of games to play at any given time. Like I am swamped with shit I have to get through, right? Like I had to drop Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because like I couldn't justify like taking the time to play through that game again on the Switch 2 version. Even on like New Game Plus, I just didn't feel like it was worth it. And like I don't hate the game or anything. I don't like it, but um I just wasn't able to like play it properly because I just have so much going. Like the way they like I'm probably gonna release two books like this in a month of each other. You know, like isn't that fucking insane? Like George R. R. Martin spends like 15 years not doing jack shit, and here I am like putting out like two books a month, two books in a month. To be fair though, the Cattle Have Fangs took forever. It took almost like 2 years to make. I believe I started it immediately after finishing playing Dirty. But yeah, the Cattle Have Fangs was rough. I did not enjoy writing it. I'm going through it again. I'm at the point now where I've seen some things that are cringy and need to be changed. I'm just kind of like, yeah, this is why I gave up on it because it's just so bad. Ocarina of Time's coming. Are you kidding me? You're telling me it paralyzed me? Like, I don't understand how this is possible. It keeps happening. How am I getting Ocarina of Time's coming? Well, Ocarina of Time's a good game though. It's a classic. Yeah, did you see today that like people were spurging out about it being like E10 plus? Like, oh no, they changed the rating. What did they censor? And like it's been E10 plus since the 3DS version. Like E10 plus did not exist when the game originally came out in '98. like like it's always been geared towards like slightly older people. That yeah. So yeah, you barely whittled down its health, and then he full restores it. Well, at least we got it this time. Like, what was with all those times that we had like Rain Dance going, and then Hydro Pump would like miss 3 times in a row? I don't get it. Yeah, as long as you have Zapdos, you're good because you can take out like the Gyarados without having to worry about it being like an asshole. Is Heracross the only Gen 2 Pokemon he has? Can you get Gen 3 Pokemon in this game, actually? Yeah, I think you can in like the Sevi Islands. Is Sebi closer to Hoenn? Yeah, what's the map look like? Do we have a world map yet? Yeah, I think they showed us one in the anime, like at one point, but That's right. Fire type Pokemon are completely immune to getting thrown, aren't they? And that makes sense, but it's like that's one of those mechanics that's never properly explained. The rating, yeah, yeah, it doesn't. But like, you had a lot of people insisting it was like they were doing the Xenoblade tactic of like accusing the game of being censored. Like, and I'm just like, every time that comes up in like the Xenoblade community, I'm just kind of like, what are you talking about? I had a lot of people today like try and tell me that like that Xenoblade 2 was heavily censored and that like it didn't add any new content on the Switch 2 version, and it was like it was just AI upscaled, and they didn't actually like put in the work to make it look nicer. And I'm just like, all of that is very provably not true. And like, yeah, you still have a lot of people like going off about it. Ocarina remake includes that. It better include Master Quest. That's like a prerequisite. And none of that stupid like flipped world shit either. I could not stand that. That's like the only reason I've never finished Master Quest actually is that I did not want to do that. Yeah, as long as I don't leave Zapdos, I'm good. So like, yeah, I'm curious what they're gonna do with the remake because like a lot of people are saying like a lot of weirdos are trying to say it's gonna be like Breath of the Wild, but I think it is gonna be a straight up remake. Yeah, I'm wondering. I wonder if they're doing it internally or not. I can't imagine they are. It might be a Grezzo project, actually. That would make sense considering the last one they did was Link's Awakening, and Ocarina actually came out after Link's Awakening. Like it was the immediate follow up. That's why they have so many like um, similar elements, like with the girl with red hair and all that. Um, yeah, Ocarina and Link's Awakening are a lot more closely linked than people think. Like the owl came from Link's Awakening. It's like you have a lot of similarities there. Yeah, I don't view that like you kind of have like kind of a trilogy there with Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and Ocarina. I mean, that's like those are three of the best Zelda games ever made. So it ends with like his grandpa calling his grand calling his grandson a bitch. Some guy. Wow, that's creepy. Yeah, it's kind of ambiguous, like when Link's Awakening takes place in the timeline. Most people tend to think of it as taking place after Link to the Past, but I think in theory, it makes quite a lot of sense for it to take place after Ocarina, where it's like just another thing that Link did um, after Ocarina, like with Majora's. I mean, it's just a hypothetical because like that might explain the similarities, but that's just a goofy fan theory. It's I don't know, man. I don't like a lot of Zelda like fan theory speculation because a lot of it is just like hyperbolic, like bullshit nonsense. Like I never really did like theorizing. Like I remember going on like official forums back in the day and seeing like teenage girls try to convince you that like Sheik was a guy and that like he was in like a gay love uh he was gay for Link, and it's like just stop, you're embarrassing yourself. I haven't seen that shit in years. It's still prevalent, it's still a thing, and yet like I haven't seen it in a long time. Like I don't know like where these people are, but like I don't I'm glad I don't see them. They're scum. Yeah, Yaoi fans are the worst. Like I have a hate boner for like Yuri fans, but at least they have this like tongue in cheek like mentality of just like, oh yeah, they would this would never happen. Like, they're not real. Like, gr- girls really feel that like boys are like this. And it's like, it's just this weird, creepy, just, I don't know, man. Sheik is, yeah, yeah. That was like the big thing that people are bringing up is that like, are they going to try and pass off Sheik as a they them? And like, I imagine they'll try, but I feel like too many people know that like Sheik is Zelda. Like, actually, no. After Smash Ultimate, we might actually be in a situation where like a lot of people genuinely don't know. That's like one of the weird things about this release. That's kind of people like, but the they them thing needs to stop. Honestly, like I think it's causing real problems when it comes to like the characters and how they're viewed by the public. And the sooner Nintendo cracks down on this shit, the better. I mean, it seems like they are because like I kind of like exactly one they them and all the Splatoon raiders, and I felt like it was kind of forced in there. Like in Pokopia, you had them like everywhere all the fucking time. So like I don't know if they're cracking down on that stuff now or if like it was just like an isolated instance, but like I imagine a big part of it is heavily dependent on like who's localizing the game. Because we know that like it was like one rogue localizer that like made Vivian trans in Paper Mario. Like realistically what's gonna happen is that it's just gonna get changed back, at a later date when like the Troon stuff isn't like being forced as hard, which we're already kind of in. Like I already do this thing where I don't even like really accept it being like a real thing. Like I don't accept that as canon. And I think most fans are in the same mindset. Tamagotchi is fine. Tamagotchi wasn't offensive. But yeah, like I am curious how much longer this can go on because I imagine like what we're seeing now is just like them being entrenched for so long over the past decade, and like they're slowly getting purged out because like I imagine you're gonna see a lot more situations like with Alice and Rap where like these people just kind of go off the deep end and start doing really fucked up shit with the products. Like in Rap's case, she was like openly whoring herself out, uh, like using the Nintendo brand. So she would do like lingerie shoots, like with like Nintendo products. Like I work for Treehouse, like yeah, and there was the whole like kerfuffle with her being like pro pedophilia. Like she wanted to be a little girl who got fucked. I don't know what the mindset is, but like but yeah, like I mean, I think it's pretty clear looking at like the culture and like what's happening. Like I do think it's coming to an end. Um, like it's just not sustainable anymore. I think a lot of kids are like kind of growing up like more politically aware. Because like I was at my grandma's house, and like yeah, the kids were over, and we were like watching the news, and then like the son or whatever who's like 10, I think, I don't know. But like yeah, he's like asking all these like very specific questions about like Iran versus the U.S. and about like who we're at war with and why, and I'm just kind of like, I was not that invested in politics at that age. So like, I think they're a lot more politically aware. So I think it's like quite a bit harder to gaslight people than it used to be, and like people are like more aware of it. Okay. How are you going to get exactly 9,900? Is this the only way to get Porygon? Alexa, how do I get Porygon in Pokemon Fire Red?
Head to Celadon City's Game Corner, grab the coin case from the nearby restaurant, then collect or buy enough Game Corner coins, 9,999 in Fire Red. Exchange those coins at the prize corner right next door for Porygon.
Is Alexa, is that the only way to do it?
Yep, that's the sole method in Fire Red.
That's
You've
crazy.
got to trade 9,999 Game Corner coins for Porygon at Celadon's prize booth.
Alexa, stop. That's crazy. That is crazy. Alexa, stop. That is crazy. Yeah, there's all these requirements for all these like hard to find Pokemon in these games. Like I was bitching about the Savari Zone like on this playthrough, but like this might actually be worse. So you're telling me that in order to get Porygon, you have to fucking gamble? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, and you also have people like, questioning like casting and like movies and stuff like that. Like it's kind of part of the culture now to not trust like the establishment. People are spurting out their teachers more. People are disrespecting women more. People are like, it's just kind of. I mean, or you could do what I do and I just cheated. Yeah, like I don't understand. Like, was it different in the original? Whose idea was it to include gambling in fucking Pokemon? Is what I want to know. And wasn't gambling like illegal in Japan for a bit? And here they are like promoting it among children. I mean, I think it was like a controversial thing, right? I believe like they got it removed in like the next one in Soul Silver. So here the so yeah, is this the first time we've actually had the slots return in a Pokemon game? I mean, I get that Nintendo Classics is how these games were originally played. I imagine the mindset is that like kids aren't going to be playing like these old fucking games, and I think that's how they keep getting away with it. But, I mean, they'll raise the age rating sometimes. They raise the age rating for Majora's Mask for some reason. Shit. Oh, hang on. Okay, hang on. Yeah, I can just buy the 50 and I can just let's go. I believe it did, yeah. Like I'm 10 and I'm fucking gambling my points away. I'm actually pretty sure this is why I grew up hating gambling, because like just statistically you're not gonna make anything. Ah shit, we're so close. they did in Let's Go, but are people still buying Let's Go? Like I saw that like a lot of people in after that event they had in New York with all the Mewtwo's, like they got a bunch of them and then transferred them into Mewtwo's. Just transfer them into Let's Go and just had like a bunch of them just running around. Just like it's fucking crazy. Yeah, Pokemon Go is kind of interesting because like it kind of demonstrated that Pokemon as a brand isn't going anywhere. But it also kind of demonstrates that like mobile games are just not like the end all be all when it comes to brands. Because that was like the biggest like mobile hit you could possibly get, and it's not really that relevant to the brand right now. It still has its audience, but like what? So this is the worst thing about if I got it to like exactly 49, I'd be able to just buy the 50 coins and just get it exactly right. But like so I'm too high for that, but I'm too low to just go and get it. So I have to like keep playing the slots like an idiot. But why Porygon? It's not a particularly good Pokemon, is it? Like if you were a fan of the anime, you never even saw Porygon because of the whole like Pikachu electric shock situation. Did that ever make the news over here? I'm kind of curious, like what the reaction was initially, because that was fairly early on in Pokemon's run, wasn't it? Okay, come on. I think 10 more. We should be good. Okay, so we're gonna go to three. Ah, damn it! Fuck! I'm trying to lose on purpose, and I just like what the fuck? Let me lose. Okay, okay. One more pass. Okay, we got it. Right over the money. So you're telling me that you can't like a Porygon costs the same amount, like more than you can possibly hold? Like what kind of autism is this? Give me Porygon, you slut. Uh, hang on. Wait, is Porygon a is it a gendered Pokemon? I would have thought it wasn't. Oh, come on! Oh shit. Damn it, you can't give yeah, so they actually did mod this game so you can't give Pokemon inappropriate nicknames. Shit. So what can you not name like your things now? Yeah, it's kind of frustrating that they did that. I don't know because that was like a childhood memory of like just giving them like wildly inappropriate nicknames. Oh, I'm out of coins. Okay, the missing no glitch. Yeah, yeah. So I had someone do it for me, and like he got me like a bunch of master balls, and like the fucker didn't explain how he did it, so I was just like kind of baffled by it. Uh, Yeah, I think I did it again eventually at like a campsite, and I believe I ruined the game because I think I did this thing where I'm just like, what happens if you catch boosting them? And I think I completely butchered it. That's how I remember it, but like that might not be been what happened. Hang on, is there something else I wanted to do? Is there something else I wanted to do? Oh yeah, I did want to like shiny hunt for like Squirtle, but like that's not gonna fucking happen. We're gonna have to do that when like we actually pick up Leaf Green. I think that's the only way we're gonna do that. Yeah, shinies are like legit uncommon in this. And this is how shiny should be. Like, I don't like how you can like exploit the game to get shinies more easily because I think that makes them less desirable. Okay, no, it is a genderless Pokemon. Yeah, why didn't it let me rename it? Yeah, it really sucks. Like I hated how back in the day, like how easy it was to like lose or destroy your Game Boy games. Because like a lot of mine just ended up like disappearing. Like I never found my copy of Warland 4. Like my copy of Ruby disappeared for years before we found it at the bottom of a car we were about to sell. Uh like I have no idea how I got down there. Like you just have those kind of situations. And we could finally start one hit KO on fucking Labras. Yeah, we're almost at a level 90. Uh, yeah, how many Pokemon do we need to like catch them all? We're like 85 now, I think. Well, we have like the national dex to worry about. I mean, it's probably not that big of a deal considering it's Gen 3, but yeah, when they re-release like the Gen 3 games, and I'm sure they will, that's gonna be like a really crazy experience. Because I always wanted to get them complete the national dex in Gen 3, but I was never able to do it. That was around the point it started feeling undoable for me because like I just kept hitting all these roadblocks, usually involving trading. It's like never had anybody to train with. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like in my area, like parents were like obsessed with like throwing out trade tables and not letting you play Pokemon. It was like you could go outside. It's like it's just stupid. It's just stupid. Like I just didn't understand it. Like we want to play Pokemon. Like don't tell us we can play Pokemon at school because like they don't want that at school. It's like I don't fucking get it. It was like dumb. NSO? No, they're not NSO. No, they're just yeah. So these aren't straight ports of the ROMs. These they actually do have minor differences. Like I mentioned, they actually changed the code of the game so you can't like give Pokemon inappropriate names. Uh, I think there's a couple of other things they did. Oh yeah, they automatically unlock like the naval rock and like the Deoxys thing, so you can get like Lugia, Ho-Oh, and Deoxys without having to go to an event. Having to go to an event. So that'll be nice if they like. How does getting Mew in the original work? Like, because I don't believe the game has a mystery gift option. Trade him. Yeah, yeah, you can't trade a battle. Yeah. Yes, you can't do that. Hmm. Yeah, but it doesn't have like online plays. Like the weird thing about it. I mean, I guess that makes sense considering like how this didn't have online play initially, but like I really wish like that was something they did because like I personally have been struggling finding anyone to play with. Oh, oh. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice sitting here and play Pokemon. Doing what I should have been doing for the past 10 years. Just grinding the Elite Four over and over again. Not for any purpose, just because I enjoy it. Yeah. Thank you all for pre-ordering the Dream Warrior. Um, very excited about that. Yeah, it's 2 weeks away now. Well, 13 days, I suppose. Yeah, 2 weeks from now, the Dream Warrior will be out, and you'll get to read this book I whipped out like a fucking. Yeah, I really did only take a month to write. Ooh. Oh, hang on. Oh, did I send out like Angela first? Shit, I didn't switch them out. That was not a good attack. That was not a good move. Yeah, if they try to switch like it to like there in like future Pokemon games, like I feel like a lot of people would spurg out about it. If we didn't get it in Scarlet and Violet, I don't think we'll get it in Waves. Hmm. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it still has a long way to go, and I'm still tweaking it, but yeah, it's pretty happy with it. With all when all is said and done, and I've been getting a lot more traffic than I did on the last couple, so I think I'm gonna stick with this one and just give it a really. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was not a fan of Squarespace. Like, I felt like it was way too complicated to use. I didn't like the background. It looked like way too basic and like weird and just like it didn't suit my business at all. Like, and I don't know, I really enjoyed like using it and learning how to use it, but like, when it came time to end it, like I did not feel sorry. Oh, oh. I mean, the thing about Squarespace is that they kept raising my annual fees, and I'm just like, I don't want to pay this. So like, yeah, I just didn't. Yeah, I noticed that like immediately somebody else scooped up blackcatbooks.org. So that was kind of odd. Like, it's weird that you probably have domain names that like go out of usage all the time, and that you can just kind of like pick up. Ooh. 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 They were just like exchanging ice beams. Oh, when we're gonna end the stream and like do Splatoon Raiders? Shit, I completely forgot. I completely forgot. Yeah, I haven't even been streaming that long, and I'm already yawning. So, man, I really hate how like worn out I get just by playing video games. I mean, like I did just like it's not like I was just sitting around like resting. I was actively working. So like I'm just kind of like I do have to keep that in mind that I'm working here constantly, and I gotta balance that with everything else I'm doing. I'm just kind of struggling with that. Not gonna lie, because like I forget as a kid that like there were a lot of times where I'd come home from school and not play video games. Because I think I would play a lot like on the weekends or when like I had a new game, but like I think a lot of times I was not playing a lot of it. Yeah, I think I play a lot more now than I did when I was a kid actually. Because like my parents wouldn't allow me to. Oh, oh. Okay, ice beam is not good against Tyranitar. That is good to know. That is good to know. My voice is giving out. Wonder what's going on. Uh, that is weird. Maybe I should have some water. I don't feel sick, but I've lost use of my voice. Oh wow, that was odd. La 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 la. Maybe it's coming back. Yeah, what could have caused that? I think I should have some water. Casey, it's like what? It's like, what? It's weird. My throat is giving out like this. Uh, well. Yeah, I feel guilty for streaming so much sometimes because I'm just like, oh man, I could be working on the book, but I'm just like, but the book is getting done. Like, I could work on the book more, but it's like, I don't know. I like working on it a lot when I really want to work on it a lot. Honestly, like a couple of hours a day is probably fine. That's all I really need to do. Like I'm working hard on it, but it's like I have so much other things to do. Like on top of that, like marketing and promoting the website, and like I will say I'm having problems like writing articles on the website and getting like enough like done in a day. I've actually kind of given up on it. I mean, people seem to be keep coming on the website anyway, so like I guess I could just do it just for like random articles or whatever. I'd like to be able to do it, but I just don't have time. Eh. And I really use hydro pump instead of ice beam. Like, what am I retarded? Does Sunny Day, does Sunny Day make ice type moves weaker? Really, it does. Alexa, does Sunny Day make ice type moves weaker?
Sunny Day doesn't weaken ice-type Pokemon. It mainly boosts fire moves, cuts water power down, and stops freezing. But ice isn't affected negatively.
Yeah, so it does stop freezing. Okay.
Yep, Sunny Day stops freezing altogether, but it doesn't make ice-type moves any weaker. It just boosts fire moves and cuts water power down.
Yeah, I know about the qualities of like Sunny Day and Rain Dance, but not about the other weather condition.
Sunny Day boosts fire moves by 50%, cuts water moves down half,
Alexa,
and
stop.
stops freezing.
Holy shit. So you're telling me that Lugia learns its signature move through level up in this? Like, what the hell is that? Yeah, fuck Hydro Pump. That's crazy. So Lugia learns its signature move through level up in this. That's just fucking insane. Why doesn't it know Aeroblast naturally? That's just dumb. Well, I guess it does learn it naturally, but it's like why doesn't it have it by default? Like, it doesn't make any sense. What does Ho-Oh have? Why is Oak in charge of the Pokemon League? Lugia, Lugia, Lugia. Angelo Blastoise. Joseph Arcanine. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Wow, this is like the 10th time you've all been inducted this in the past week. I'm Andre. Yeah, what's going to be our next game, huh? Yeah, he's like, uh, Okay. Yeah, we'll wait for the credits to end, and then we'll go back to Raiders and try to beat the final stage. Kind of tired already. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rest up and then get back into watching some movies. Uh, I can't do anything. I'm tired. Knowing me, I'm probably just gonna wake up in the middle of the night and just like immediately fire up another train. Like, ba 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 ba. Gachi Namoto. Satoshi Tajiri. Look at all these badass Japanese men who produced the greatest video game IP ever made. Okay. Her name is Sunakaz Isahara, Hiro Nakamura, Nobe, Mogisara, Teresa Lilligran. Man, the good old days when teams were made by a handful of people and like had full sprite work. I really think something was lost when we moved away from sprite work. Like, it's just such a nostalgic visual style. Man, I was so upset when like Alpha Dream like moved on from it because they were the last people to move on from. The fact that they were still like using sprite based visuals in like 2010 was like insane. Like I really think that should have been like their hook because they really should have just done. Like I like people say that like Alpha Dream were struggling, but like I think what actually happened is that they blew a ton of money on developing like the 3D visuals for Dream Team, and even though the game was hugely successful, they never did make that bad. I really think they should have just stuck with the sprites. But anyway, yeah, I've been hooked on like fucking Pokemon for the past couple of days. All I'm doing is just beating the Elite Four over and over again, just grinding up my mons, getting getting them ready for like complete domination in the competitive scene. Yeah, I'll be glad when we can when Arcanine's at level 100 and we can start like uh our three families get along now, but apparently they didn't used to. That's interesting. Are we ever gonna get lore on like Big Man being like the Manta Storm from Mario Sunshine? Like that's the big question on my mind, honestly. Yeah, as long as you have like tactics guys and like turrets, I think you're fine. Because like the turrets are like unbelievably OP. Like they're so good. Ah shit, we both got knocked out. Yeah, that freezing thing is apparently OP. I actually don't know how to do it. Uh, we're halfway there. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Level up. So, damage +2. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Damn it. Okay, we're pretty close. I was the only one to die twice. Oh, no, no, okay, something else did. Okay. Yeah, we're very close. Come on. That was close, man. If I had like fucked that up, I could have fucked that up for everybody right there. But I managed to hang in there. That was a crazy play on my part. I have nerves of steel. So okay, so like even when like so level 50 is the max, but you also get like okay. So what's the point of making level 50 the max if you're just gonna have like an additional leveling on top of that? Guard yield until next time. Okay, we don't even have all the titles yet. Every last treasure for the endurance. Okay. Cookware? There's something below even the throne room? What the hell is this? This better be good. I don't actually know what you like see down here, but like it's probably unbelievably lame. Bottomless buffet. As in player one, I'm still getting correct. I don't even think you can ask for help here. Yeah. There's such a huge like power gap, like every time you get to a new area. I don't believe you can ask for help here. No, you can't. Oh. Yeah, survivalist, can't fall from. Okay, so we're probably gonna have to do like grind in other places for a bit. Yeah, so like with like the super secret final area, and it's just more of the same. I just yeah, I don't think there's anything interesting down there. I don't know. I just don't really want to keep playing the game. Like I wanted to stick with it to see what the post game was like, and I don't know. They give you a new difficulty, but it's all just the same shit. So they actually have like random treasures hidden in the areas too. Yeah, like it doesn't matter like how high the difficulty is because like inevitably what happens that you just take your time and just slowly make your way through. Like the stages just aren't designed with the mechanics just aren't designed with like stages like this in mind. Like they just don't work. I don't like it. But let's see. What are we gonna do now? Okay, cool, cool. Okay, so there's additional briny scrolls hidden in these stages. All right. So I guess like if we're gonna 100% this game, we're gonna have to like go through every single area and just hunt down like every single little. All right. Well, Grand Blue. Should we play some Grand Blue? I guess we could like get started on the plot and like at least get it going. I don't know if we'll be playing it a lot tonight. I am ready to take a nap. Oof. But yeah, I'll be glad when we're done with Raiders. Man, we can't even get around to playing Persona 4. I've been wanting to go back to it for a couple of days now, and yet like I just haven't done it yet.
So then,
Right.
Now that the catalyst is ours, it's just a matter of time before we get our Lyrium back.
with the catalyst in
Oh, you don't
hand,
even go back to town. You go to the
Plan
next.
Cipher to go after Avia again. Next stop is Fondor. Just a short step and a flight away. It's been roped off as a danger zone, which isn't ominous at all. The church is headed there for one thing. Yet another altar housing a primeval god. All of Zega Grande's gods, or I guess primal beasts, are a force to reckon with. But we can't let Avia keep exploiting Lyria's power.
Pretty clearly a
Force her
demon.
to commit
So
atrocities. Once this is all over, she'll
I want to
never forgive
die.
herself.
I think there's only like 10 chapters or something. It's really not that
Black
long.
smoke blankets the sky. Rivers of fire flow below. Yeah, pretty much the perfect stage for a fateful showdown. Well, here's to hoping we make it out in one piece.
It reminds me of like that stupid like "Here's to
Hey, there's one
You"
more.
thing from the Great Ace
Station
Attorney.
here. We'll hit him before they know what's coming. I'm not the only one who saw that big-ass fire geyser, right?
No, we all thought it. Only a primal could pull that off. And it's clear that they've taken Lyria. Prepare for battle. What now?
I believe it means the volcano is close to erupting.
How are you so calm? Lava is not how I want to go out. What about the Grand Cipher?
But we have to get to
Ah,
Lyria.
You're preaching to the choir. Of course I want to go rescue her, but I just... Ah.
I saw how they handled Excavalion. They could be my best bet going forward. But we'll be stranded here if we lose the ship. It would all be for nothing. All right. I'll take the helm and fly the ship to safety. Once the area stabilizes, I'll come back to get you guys up. You all go on ahead.
Sorry for the trouble, Roland. Sure you don't mind?
Not at all. Besides, since when has Mr. Fix-It ever let you down? Before I go, Vern, do you mind showing me the catalyst?
Wait, right now?
Is rolling up to something? I don't know.
I've activated it. Hold it near Lyria, and it should release the lock on the collar.
And that'll give us a fighting chance. Thanks, Fix-It Dude.
Time to part ways for now. Danger lurks around every corner in this place, so proceed with caution.
Don't worry about us. You just focus on keeping the Grand Cipher safe.
Come on, everyone. We need to hurry.
I'm surprised it went straight to chapter 7. I would have thought I would have gone back to town at first, but
Lilith was my responsibility.
what does he mean by that? Is Roland secretly evil? I was surprised when he didn't join the party. He's like pretty much a main member of the cast. He's almost like the main character. Like, it's just like... This game has like some really weird pacing and structural decisions.
All in and it's goodbye world. No one's surviving that.
Hey, you guys notice anything different about Roland? Not really. I mean, I guess he seems kind of tired.
He's helped us out of more jams than I count. Get him something nice once this is over.
Yeah, get it next time.
Get what?
My cousin was lost in some... Ooh, you better nap.
I think I'm a little bit too tired to play this. All right, well, we'll try coming back on. Once I wake up and try to get this done. But thank you all for tuning in, and I